Hello friends, and a warm welcome once again to the International Fabtalks. We are happy and glad to bond with you every day, and of course with beautiful celebrities, with beautiful minds, and those people who have a wonderful heart, not only to help themselves and their families, but to help others as well, who would want to give their time to the society and serve mankind. They would like to prove that they are one of the best individuals on this planet. And today we are being joined by one of them. She is Miss.Rajyyashree Mukherjee, joining us from Kolkata, West Bengal, India. She's an advocate and much more to that. Let's get to know more about her and her views on life today in this session. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this beautiful International Fabtalks platform. And I'm really honored to be a part of this talk show.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's really exciting me because, when we meet people like you who are an inspiration to many of the people around. And when I come in contact with such people, automatically I start feeling excited. Yes, I'm going to learn something, and I'm going to make others also learn something through this mode of, the International Fabtalks. That's a pleasure to bond with people and enable people, empower people. So friends, I go ahead and share ma'am's profile in a very official way. She is Miss.Rajyyashree Mukherjee. As I mentioned earlier, she's a young advocate by profession, practicing in the High Court Calcutta and other courts of Bengal, a social and human rights activist, and as well as an educator. Rajyashree ma'am has completed her bachelor's degree with flying colors with good marks from the Calcutta University, and has also completed her master's in law with great results. As a young advocate, she's always been focusing on those matters which really needs attention, which really needs focus. And she has now started her own firm, her own partnership and law firm called as R.K Associates. R.K Associates being the first generation female advocate after crossing many hurdles. And I like people who never give up when they face hurdles. They really overcome all the hurdles and they prove that they too can shine like the others. And I want all of us to be the same. No matter how we feel, we have to rise up and shine. Just like our celebrity and guest, who's been touching several people, inspiring them and enabling them to grow in their lives, to get back that confidence, the lost confidence. She has also been the president of a Rotaract club of Tollygunge, if I get that right. Ma'am, can you please pronounce that for me, please?
It's Tollygunge Yuva.
Tollygunge Yuva for 2 consecutive years, and presently associated with many NGOs and trusts. And even she's associated with an Italian trust, that is an Italian NGO, as their legal advisor. Rajyashree ma'am has also been a legal advisor for many other corporate establishments at a very young age. She's been awarded several prizes and awards and being recognized for her hard work, perseverance, and diligence. In the year 2023, she has been awarded as the winner of the Women of Excellence Award by Chalk and Duster 2023, where participants were from all over India and Sri Lanka as well. Therefore, thereafter, she also won the Judge's Choice TUMI ANANYA Award by Nanighar. And furthermore, she has also been awarded with Durga Samman from She by Shagufta Hanaphie, if I'm getting that right. And she has also won the title of winner of Army Miss ANUTTAMA Season 1 by Rotary Club of Charnock city, which was a beauty pageant for a societal cause. And she was empaneled as the Assistant Public Prosecutor of the High Court Calcutta at a very young age, and the first female to be empaneled at such a young age in the Calcutta High Court. In 2023, she had been empaneled as the state advocate under the government of West Bengal and Calcutta High Court, and the first female advocate to hold the position at this age. She has also been advocating and fighting for women's rights and their legal rights, enabling them to understand that they have certain rights and they could really fight for it and live a dignified life through legal aid camps, and has also been focusing on PIL matters on several human rights aspects as well. She has worked very hard with different advocates, and also she's been focusing her energies like she's been working with advocates of the Supreme Court of India, the highest court in India that is, and other senior advocates of High Court Calcutta as well. She has also received many other awards for her contribution to the society from All India Human Rights and other organizations. Her achievements have been reported in many Bengali newspapers from time to time. Besides that, she is also a wonderful speaker and an educator who has been teaching law students on different topics. She has worked with women's problems or women's rights, and also, to add to that, focused on women's menstrual hygiene, transgender rights, child education, and also the rights for sex workers, who are all are looked down upon in this society in a negative way. So here is an angel on earth doing her best to save and protect these beautiful people who have beautiful minds. When you speak to them, you will really know how wonderful beings they are. You know, they have no ego. They're so down to earth, and they will be the first ones to come and help you. And she's dedicating her life and energies to protecting these people. She's one of the youngest ones to hold the respectable position because of her dedication and zeal. And she's been, recognized as the voice of others, where other people can't voice their, opinions or can't stand up for their rights. Here comes the angel in light, with a torch in a hand, protecting them, guiding them, and leading the way, empowering them. That's the most beautiful word. However, she says her life hasn't been that easy. As a child, she faced a lot of challenges to complete her education, but nevertheless, her dedication, hard work, perseverance, and diligence enabled her to focus on studies and complete it with flying colors. During her tenure as the president of RCTY, she held many events, and the largest fundraising event called as Womania, where there were many people present, many dignitaries and eminent personalities of West Bengal, to name a few: Alokananda Roy, Imran Zaki, Sarmishta Ghoshal, Anjali Ganguly, Shaira Shah Halim, and many more. She has always wanted to have this keen interest of giving back to the society in one way or the other. So she's been connected even with cancer patients, especially the children. She'd love to tie rakis on their hands. She loved to spend time with them, and she loved to collect funds and give for these cancer patients and enable them to live a better life before they leave this world. That's the beauty of her. So she's not only an angel amongst all of us adults, an angel among the children as well. And she's been donating huge amounts to the cancer patients. And she's a very highly focused person, very sincere, and a woman of virtue. She is presently the secretary of Tollygunge Yuva Foundation, which is a government registered trust working for the betterment of society, because she believes that serving humanity is serving God. Now, how many of us think like that? We are all selfish in our own ways. But here is somebody, yes, serving humanity is like serving God. And here is our special celebrity out today with us. To get to know more about her, you should also join me now. Join me now and get to know more about our celebrity. You could be the next Rajyashree. And I want you to be the next Rajyashree, to save lives and to be an angel on earth, no matter which gender you are. Hello, ma'am. And back to the International Fabtalks. Thank you very much for taking out time again for us.
It's my pleasure, because you have given me such a beautiful platform where I can share my thoughts, my achievements, so that I can at least motivate, if not everyone, at least a few handful, and so that they can go ahead in their life in a beautiful way. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, we'll start off with your favorite breakfast. What is the favorite breakfast that you always would love to eat in the morning when you get up?
It is always sandwich, because it's very light and it is very tasty as well. So that is something I really enjoy having it.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, as a child, you've been sharing a little about it earlier. As a child, I want you to share a happy memory or a happy incident. You've been sharing about the school, like what they made you stand out of school because of we were unable to pay your fee or something. Your parents couldn't pay the fees. Some happy incident, either at home or at school or while coming and going to school. Any happy incident you remember? You can share.
Yes, I do remember, because I was very enthusiastic during my school days. Even now, I also am so. So what used to happen every year during the annual functions, we used to have a lot of fun. It usually happens in the month of December. So I could still remember, it was in class 3 or 4, somewhat like that, that we all were preparing for the dance and all for the annual function in the school. And the best part was that there was a scene like where I need to ring about, like I need to circle and do the dance. And suddenly, I don't know why, I mean, those things are so fun. We friends were practicing at that point of time. Suddenly, my teacher came in and they asked that what you people are doing, because the teacher was not standing at that point of time. The dance teacher did not came and we were practicing. So we said the ma'am that, ma'am, we are practicing for the dance, but unfortunately she thought that we were fighting because we were behaving like hooligans in the school. And at that point the teacher called, did the parents call for all of us and started complaining that these children has become like monsters, they are like demons, and they don't know how to behave with the children, with the teachers. They are dancing, this is not dance, that is not how you dance. It is like you people are, it's like a fish market where you are like, I mean, I still can remember those days. Like, we friends started howling when we saw her like that. And then again on the next day when she came in and we were again practicing, when we saw ma'am, what we did, we carried some face masks to make her very scared. So what happened when she was like entering, we were standing behind the door and 3 or 4 of us were together. We were wearing different kinds of face masks. And then we put the switch off. So it was a little bit, dark inside the classroom. And she couldn't understand that it is us standing over there. And she slipped away. We started howling over her and she slipped away. And we can still remember those days because doing such funs with the teachers and really like something very, but after that we were again punished. We were been called, the parents were called because we did such kind of mischievous things with our teacher. But this is one of those incidents I can still remember, that how we behaved with that teacher, and till it haunts in our mind that, okay, fine, it was a great moment that we had at that point of time. So it is one of those incidents amongst many other, which is still inside our heart, that चलो टीचर के साथ में कभी मजा कर लिया कर मतलब we can do it actually. So it was a nice fun.
Yes, dear. I get that, but I'm like really scared कि भाई आपने कर पाए ये सब कुछ. वो मेरा question है कि did you do that? Did you put the masks and frighten her? Did she fall down or faint? Like only गिर गई या उसको
No,
कुछ भी
thing is like she slipped away because she was just entering the classroom. And so what happened? She just slipped away because we were standing behind the door. She opened the door and she couldn't resist her. She was wearing her slippers and she just slipped away and fell down. But luckily that she didn't get hurt on her head. But it was not our intention to hurt like that way. We just wanted to make her like scream. But somehow she slipped away. So immediately we went and held her up, and but still, however, our parents were called because what we did, that was not something good. And those, those marks are even the ones which we had only painted in our classrooms in the art and craft. So we carried them just to do this fun with her, because the last day she was like shouting so much on us because we were like shouting and doing the dance practice, but she thought that we were fighting. So we thought like, chalo thoda sa maza kar lete, and we were also very young at that point of time.
May I know which standard you were in at that time, ma'am?
I just can't remember whether it was class 3 or 4. It was either 3 or 4. I can't just remember that exactly right now, but like that only. I was 19 years old at that point of time. So it was a real great fun.
Yes, dear. I can get that. I mean, when we were in school, we were damn scared of teachers, you know, very scared. And we used to be beaten with 2 scales. 2 scales,
My
and
goodness.
one beating with double scale, she would give 1 beating. With that, one gets it, we are all scared.
It used to happen in our school as well. There were few teachers. There were few teachers who used to do such. But what happened then subsequently, there were certain guidelines set by the High Court as well at that point of time, that the teachers cannot beat the children, because there were many incidents happening at that point of time, that whenever the teachers bet, might be it has resulted in some destructive condition, and the children were those cases were being reported in hospital and police station. So there were certain guidelines which are till date being followed. So nowadays the teachers cannot beat or do any such thing. But however, we did not wanted to do any such kind of thing, but it was just like we were having fun. It was an annual program time. We were practicing. There was no reason for coming up and shouting on us. We just wanted having fun. Like, चलो पहन लेते हैं ये मास्क, थोड़ा सा मजा हो जाएगा. लेकिन किसको पता था कि वो I mean गिर जाएगा. It just happened.
Yes, dear. And you were so, happy when you were sharing that. You were feeling to laugh. हंसी भी आ जा रही थी अभी भी जब आप शेयर कर रहे थे ना. So you really enjoyed that moment. That is for sure.
Obviously, I mean, जब भी हम लोग whenever we think about those days, like, then now we cannot have such kind of things. We don't have that fun or any such thing. We just linger on those things only, like thinking about them. It's just that keeps in our mind happening and going.
Dear ma'am, we'll come down to a topic called as constructive criticism. There are many students, as we are talking about student life and sharing all of that, there are many students who cannot take the criticism in class. If at all the teacher tells them something harshly, or maybe tries to rectify the child for the child's good, the child is not able to take it. We'll call it as constructive criticism. There are two types, destructive भी है, constructive भी है. Constructive मिलने के बावजूद भी that particular student will not be able to take it, and in many cases the child even thinks of ending his or her life. It has happened in many cases. Would you like to share something like how teachers should connect with children?
First of all, nowadays, children do not go out of their house. It is within the four walls that they are always. So they cannot interact much with people around. Neither they have much friends, neither they have much, games to play. So it is like within the four walls they are staying. Either it is the mobile phone or the TV or computer or the books. This is the life. So what happens? A child can only grow when they have some interactions. A child can only grow when they have a very good environment. When a child plays, because play gives, whenever you are playing, the body gets exhausted. Your the stress gets relieved, and you have a good mental condition. But the condition nowadays of the children are not like that. Most of the parents are working. The children do not have that opportunity to go out, because previously in our time we used to find, or rather we used to say, the same thing used to happen with us. We used to play in the evening times. Nowadays, it is very rare to find that the children are playing. They are playing the different kind of games that we used to play at our times. No, very rare. The parents do not allow, or some they have so much of stress. So the mental condition is not that much grown up. It is very much limited. It is like the whatever knowledge also they are having, it is only the bookish knowledge. It is not like the outside knowledge that they are having. So unless and until a child grows in his mentality, whenever you tell them something, whether it's a constructive criticism or a destructive one, they takes it as if their ego has been hurt. And one more vulnerable thing is the adolescent age. This adolescent age, what happens specifically, since we have also seen with many kind of JJB cases, like the juvenile justice cases, when these adolescents are being imprisoned for many of the cases that they do, what happens? They lacks the identity crisis. They suffers from this identity crisis. Now what happens if you tell them as on a good gesture, being a teacher, that dear, you don't do this, this is harmful for you, or maybe you shout a little bit and say that whatever you are doing is wrong, they cannot accept that, because they do not have that mentality, broad mentality. It is like a very limited one, because they do not talk much with the others. They're already a little bit unhappy from within. So what happens whenever any such comments comes up, or anyone points out any fallacies in them, what happens? They cannot accept that fallacy in them. And then another thing that crops up in their mind, that what I have already said, that the identity crisis. मुझे ऐसा कुछ बोल दिया, क्यों बोला, मेरे मम्मी पापा ने तो नहीं बोला, या फिर मैं तो इतना अच्छी बच्ची हूँ, मैंने तो कुछ गलत नहीं किया. This is what happens inside their mind. And ultimately what happens, or it results in ending of lives, like you said, or even if not ending of lives, to get addicted with drugs, or maybe to do any such kind of juvenile delinquency, what we call to be exactly in the legal way or in the social way, juvenile delinquency, to be associated with the wrong things of the society. So I will just like to share one message for the teachers, for everyone who is viewing this, that whenever there is a child with whom you need to talk, or you need to point out their fallacies, or you need to criticize them, you will have to do it in a very light mode, means in a very friendly way, in a very playish attitude, like in a what we call in Bengali to be khalar chole. Basically, the word is like while playing, or while you have went to just watch a movie with that person, with that child, कि बच्चा ये देखो ये तो ऐसा हो रहा है तो तुम ना ऐसा मत करना, like in that way. If you be very direct with him, he will not be able to, or she will not be able to take it. So be very friendly first with that person. And if possible, sometimes because nowadays the children are highly stressed out because of the peer pressure, the educational pressure, the parents give so much of pressure for the studies, education, and so much of things. So be friendly with them first. Try to understand their point of view, then criticize that person. First, listen them out. What is that which is inside them that is suffering, making them to behave like this? Because unless and until you point out that particular thing, whatever you say or however you say, it will be of no means or no word. So first be friends to them, understand what the problem is lying inside them, and then tell in a very soft manner, in a very gentle manner, in a very playish attitude. I think that will seriously help the children, and they will also be very comfortable with you in discussing the problems. So this is one of the thing I really think so.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing. Thank you very much. Ma'am, we've also seen teen pregnancy. And sometimes faculty members are responsible for the young girl falling pregnant, or maybe it could be a student of the same school or from some other school. So have such cases come to you? Have you seen that when you were a student?
First of all, whenever the teens are getting pregnant, these are generally known as POXO cases. What happens? See, nowadays, if we consider the present era, we need to consider, because what in the past used to happen, discussing them will be of no use at this point of time or at this juncture. Nowadays, it is mostly found that during the age of 12 or 13 onwards, the girl childs develop, get their, their body develops very soon. They are mentally even very developed, in the sense, like if we consider the children of even the 20s, the 90s era, they were not so much brilliant, or we can talk about like they were, it's not brilliant will not be the correct word. The correct word would be like at that point of time, the children were not so much, what to say, like from the very early age, they were not so much smart. But nowadays, the children are so smart. Even a 5-year child is so smart that they understands everything, but it was not so in our time. So now what happens? These children, like from 12 to 13 years of age, everyone has boyfriends or girlfriends. So whenever they're getting into a relationship, the first and foremost thing at this again, the teens is the adolescent age. So this adolescent age has a affinity to make their identity, to make their to feel the touches. This is something the parents need to work on from the very early age. So what happens whenever they're getting close with a very good friend, whether it be a boyfriend or anyone from the faculty member, they get easily attracted to a male faculty member like this. And there also are certain other factors that also plays a very important role here. So however, they get attracted, and this is how they start to find opportunities to be more close, whether physically or mentally. Once they're connected mentally, it becomes very easily for them to connect it physically. So they just search for an option, or rather an opportunity where they can. And once they get that opportunity, they do not realize that what are the precautions they should take. And first of all, that whether that is the age to do such kind of activities, that is they are not aware of. And that how leads them to be pregnant, or they becomes conceived. But one important thing again, it is not always the male or the male child who is responsible. It is also the female child, the female adolescents or the teens, who are equally responsible, because whenever it is below 18, this become a POXO case, or whenever it is above 18, she is an adult. So it is not a POXO case because she is a major and she has given her consent. But whenever it's below 18, it is considered that she has been forcefully been raped, what we call to be. But it is actually not so. What happens? They also has their inclination. That is how it happened. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so easy just to do such the kind of things or activities whenever you are less than 18 years of age. Just believe you must not have crossed or passed your class 12. It will be like class 6, I mean 9, 10, 11 or 12 probably. So the children are very smart nowadays. They tend to get involved in such kind of things because they do not have any other, because we do not have games to play nowadays. We do not go out. The children nowadays do not. So these are the certain kind of things that gives them pleasure. So this is how this kind of cases are coming up, and there had been many such cases. And what happens truly, what we have seen, whenever it is below the age of 18 years, even when the female has given their consent, they falsely allege and lodge an FIR in the police station against the male, I mean the male child. And what happens then? The male child is arrested, a case goes on. But subsequently, in many cases, it has been found that the female child has been falsely been alleging the male child. Again, it is also sometimes it is found that no, she has actually been forcefully been raped, with what we call to be POXO cases. So sometimes it is the boyfriend who does it or the faculty members. But however, like this kind of activities happens, and this is very prevalent in nowadays, and specifically it is found more in the colleges than in the schools, because it is very easy to do it in the college because the students get very much attracted with the faculty, teachers, the professors, or with their boyfriends. But this is nowadays very much prevalent, and there are many such cases that are coming up in the to us like this way.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. Thank you. What really made me open my eyes and ears is falsely implicating somebody. Yeah. And that is the life of that child. Maybe, as you said, both of them might have been into it, and then blaming one person and spoiling his entire life, it doesn't make sense. No? You should also see what your child has done, because usually it is the parents who force the child to give a false complaint, even though if she's not agreeing, for fear she will go ahead and do it. But then you're destroying the life of a young boy. So avoid that, my dear parents, and try to settle the matter out of court and see what it could be, than destroying lives or scarring people's lives like that. Because I've seen one incident, because I come from the academic background, and in one case like this, and it was, as you said, the girl only called him home, and he innocently went, and he was a motherless boy. He didn't have a mother for many years. He lost his mother, and she was not alive. And so then as you said, he was arrested in this case, and it was very sad, very pathetic. But the child was a very good, studious child. So here I found that the girl was in mistake, like you said. So stay safe, my dear friends, and use your intellect, use your wisdom and knowledge for the right things. Ma'am, we talk about forgiveness. What about the people who have hurt you in your life? Are you able to forgive them easily, or still you hold on to something? I have forgiven but not forgotten. Is it something like that, or you have forgotten it too?
Yes, I have got hurt by many of my many people in my life. But what happens to me, I just remember how they have hurt me. Like that gives me more motivation to work on those things, and so that I can prove themselves. My forgiveness comes from the way I prove myself. Now, there had been many such incidents. Like when I was in my school, I had to go through a very tough time. There were teachers who had been demotivating me, who had been telling me such kind of words like being a student, I cannot, I mean, now sitting on this chair, I cannot really utter those words even. But my challenge to them, to myself was like, one day I will prove myself and show them, that will be my answer. And that day it will be like I have forgiven to them. So I have showed them, like whatever you say, that like whatever those people said to me at that point of time, that no, you people were wrong. So that is how I have proved myself, and that is how those way of forgiveness came to me. And I don't keep anything in my heart. If I feel bad, I will tell you on your face. They see that I am not liking it. Please don't talk to me, or please don't tell me this. But I don't keep anything in my heart, and I do not take that for long. अभी कुछ हुआ, मैंने आपको माफ कर दिया. दोबारा मत करो, मेरे साथ बात भी मत करो, मेरे को कुछ आता भी नहीं है, कुछ जाता भी नहीं है. It is not like something which I will carry on for life and I will be taking revenge on you. No, nothing. To me, forgiveness is, if you really believe in humanity, if you really believe in God, just believe that He's there, He's looking after every of these things, and you are no one to forgive or do anything. You just prove yourself. Whenever anyone tries to demotivate you or to pull you down, just believe that there is someone, there is one supreme power who is always watching you and protecting you. So He's the one who will forgive or not forgive or do anything. You just give your best and you just prove yourself each and every of those moments. And the rest is into his or her hand, who is there to just protect you and who has given you the birth. So He's there to help you out. That's what my motto of life is.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing, dear. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, you have a task now. Imagine you have a time machine in your hand and we give you a task to relive somebody's life and come back. Take the time machine and press the button that takes you into the past era. You have to live there for some time, relive somebody's life and come back. If this was the case, whose life you'd love to relive and come back?
It's something I really need to think a little bit, because going in my past, though my life was not that good enough, but I enjoyed those days. So now, whose life I will be living into?
It could be any historical figure, any leader, or any inventor. It could be anybody from the past, any era.
Maybe Mother Teresa, because she's one of those figure, or rather that figure who has been an inspiration to me, one of the inspiration to me, because the way she has sacrificed her life, the way she have done for the welfare of the people, for the social welfare of the people, and for the children, and for everything or everyone around. Because if I can go back, I will really go back into her time. I will stand beside her and learn how to sacrifice, how to devote your life, and I will just try to make myself more inspired and to motivate me more, so that I can do much more for this society, and I will just learn how to have peace within you as well. So maybe it's Mother Teresa. So
yes, ma'am. From your profile, what we read is and shared, service to humanity, service to God. And that is how unconsciously you have picked up this personality who had this selfless service towards humanity, and she thought it is service to God.
God.
Can you see the connection?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And maybe that is the reason it also ticked in my mind that, okay, it's if I am talking about any figure or anyone, so let it be Mother Teresa, because she had been one of my inspiration, has been, because everything, whenever we have studied about her, that is something to bring a little bit of light in everyone's life. That's just my motto and hope for life.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think she's opened up this Nirmal Hridaya. Is it in Kolkata?
Nirmal Hridaya. Yes, it is in Hridaya. I mean, in Kalighat only. Nirmal Hridaya.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. And I should pat myself because I guessed that right. A long time back I read it. Somehow I got
Okay.
it right. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what type of changes you visualize as a young girl in the next 50 years? किस तरह के changes हो सकते हैं या होनी चाहिए?
Women need to be more educated. Women need to be very much independent. The society needs to accept that a woman and a man both are equal. And it's not the male dominated society anymore. Because if you need to have a very good life ahead, you will have to accept that women is the next generation. Women is the next phase of the life, because those days are gone by where it is only the where it is only the male dominated society, it is the only the paternal society, or it is only the males who are holding the positions. No, it is no more so. You will have to accept, you will have to change the mentality that everything is changing, and you will have to accept the changes. Like we have to accept that transgenders are also a human being. They are also a part of this society. We will have to accept that the social sex workers are also human beings. They are also a part of this society. We will have to accept that the senior citizens cannot be ignored. They are human beings and they are also part of this society. So to make this world a better world for the next 50 years, we will have to make ourselves realize the truth of this world. And one more thing, we all will have to realize that we cannot be animals, because otherwise it will only be a jungle and nothing else. And if we are human, we will have to behave like humans, and we will have to mutually respect each other. That is one most and primary most important thing, because unless and until this respect comes, nothing can come into existence. So it's not only the male or female, it's not only the transgender or the sex worker or the senior citizens, it is all of us together that we need to realize that we are human beings and we need to respect and love each other. So this is how we can make the upcoming days much better, and maybe that's how we can see the next 50 years or in a better position or condition.
Yes, dear. That's really nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. A powerful one, a powerful sharing. But I would like to focus on the last line. You said love and respect. Now, I always have this in my head from day, I don't know, the day I became like aware of things in the world. What comes first? Is it respect or love?
Both comes together. It is just like the two sides of a coin. Whenever there is love, automatically the respect comes. And whenever there is respect, automatically you will love that person. Love doesn't always means to be together. Love means to whom you have, for whom you have a good feeling, like to whom you will love to be around with you, or maybe who gives you a happiness. And that can only happen when you have a good respect for him. If you don't respect someone, if you hate someone, you can never love that person. So these are like the two sides of a coin. Without the other, none can exist. So both are important.
Thank you. Thank you. You made it easy for me now, because I always have this till now. Before I ask you the question, I'll always, what comes first? You know, I feel it's like that tarazu jo hai na. Which one is first? Like who, where? So you said it's like the two sides of the same
Two
coin.
sides of a coin, absolutely. Because none can exist without the other. It is, so you cannot just say whether the chicken comes first or the egg comes first. It is like the two sides of a coin. A chicken cannot exist without an egg, and an egg cannot exist without the chicken. So that's just like that.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much, ma'am, for clarifying that, especially for me, this given question. पता नहीं कहाँ से लेके आ गए अभी उसको. And it's not in the regular one that I ask people. But then, yes, I had this in my mind that I should start asking everyone now this question. And so you answered that for me very well. Now, ma'am, in life, many of us are unable to identify the dangerous red flags in our lives. ये इंसान हमारे लिए ठीक नहीं है, ये situation ठीक नहीं है, या ये profession हमारे लिए ठीक नहीं है. Oh, my colleagues are not good for me. We don't know, we are in that, this is it, and this is it, how I have to be adjusting to all of this. So that, and then when it is too late, they want to jump out of it, and they are trapped into that, either by the person, or it could be the organization, or their family or friends. What suggestion you have for such people? How do they identify a red flag in their life? And as soon as they identify, they have to move out quickly, save themselves.
First of all, we will have to understand what we like to do. Whatever we like to do, we shall go ahead with that thing only. We should not just try for everything, because not everything is suitable for us. Every human being is born with something special within them. For example, I'm putting an example. Supposedly, a person X is very good with oration skill. The person should not go and just become fighter, because that is not something which is his forte. He is a very good orator. He should either be a narrator, or maybe a who says poem, or maybe a good speaker, like that. So now something which you are good with, you must try for that. But what people nowadays do, मुझे ये नौकरी मिल गया, चलो ये कर लेते हैं, मुझे वो मिल गया, चलो वो कर लेते हैं, थोड़ी दिन के लिए ये कर लेते हैं. This is how we do experimentations with our life, and by that time what happens, the days goes by, like we have the opportunity to come back, we're already frustrated and there is no chance of coming back from that particular place. So from the very initial days, you need to identify what gives you the interest, which gives you interest. Then you can easily identify that then I should not move for that. For supposedly for me, if now someone asks me that you go and do a 9 to 6 job, you will have to sit within a cabinet and you will have to work sitting in front of a laptop. I cannot. I can't. So this is something which I've identified from the very initial days of my life, or rather from the very initial days when I have realized that I will have to go out and work, because I cannot sit just within a cabinet and I cannot work. I need a love where I can speak to many people, where I will be moving around, I will get to know many things. So I've chosen that kind of a profession. So everyone should do that. So everyone must identify what is something that they like, and they should take up that kind of profession. And they should not try for this and that or that. And even if they have taken it, then they will have to accept and they will have to make themselves realize that I cannot do anything beyond this. This is the only or the last resort that I have, or I have to do. Then at that point of time, they will have to compromise certain things, because it is at that maybe because otherwise no one goes for any other kind of profession, maybe out of their stress, or maybe out of any kind of pressure that they're doing a particular job. So in that case, they will have to accept that no, this is my survival. So in that in for such kind of cases, we can suggest, or rather I would suggest that be patient, have patience, accept whatever you are doing, give time to yourself, and slowly you will see that you are also liking the work that you are doing. Maybe that is not something you are really want to do, but still you will be able to do it. Just have patience and confidence in your own self, and that's it.
Yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, now you being a lawyer, you being in the legal field, where do you find your strength? Because all lawyers, advocates, and all, they have to speak nicely. And you're a great speaker. But still, I have a question for you. Are you a great listener or a speaker? Where is your strength?
Maybe I'm a bad listener, but a good speaker. I know, or rather, I have that much confidence in myself. I will not say it's an overconfidence, but I believe in myself, or that is my love for myself, that I know I can motivate people. Whenever you are right, you will be seeing that whenever you are right, you will be easily be able to motivate others. Or rather, I believe that whatever I say, I preach what I I teach only what I preach. So like whatever I do myself, I tell that only. It is not something a cooked up story that I tell people around. So being an advocate also, I do the same thing. I advise my clients the basic things, certain basic things only, and nothing extraordinarily. Neither do I lie to them, neither do I manipulate them. It is just that I try to my best to motivate them and try to help them out. So that's the thing. And yes, I'm a little bit bad listener.
Thank you for sharing, ma'am. Thank you. But I feel all great speakers have been great listeners too. And hence they are
True.
great speakers. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, how many languages are you conversant in?
I'm not much conversant with much languages. It's only the 3 languages, English, Hindi, Bengali.
Do you listen to songs?
Yes.
Your favorite song?
There are many favorite songs. Nowadays, there is one new song, Pehle Bhi Main, from the movie Animal. It's something I'm really liking. The music, the composition, it touched my heart. That song.
Would you
But I
oblige
have many
to
other
sing?
music.
Would you oblige to sing your favorite song? Anyone?
No, I am really not so good.
Ek do line.
This. You better move on to the next question.
Next question. Okay, okay. Absolutely no. Maybe in Bengali you could sing for us. दो लाइन ये भक्ति गीत भी हो सकती है.
Just a second. Let me just think.
Yes, dear.
What will I sing? Okay, just one line.
Yes, dear.
Not much. A Hindi song, a very popular Hindi song, just a line. खुशियाँ हर कम कहती हैं, फिर भी ये चुप रहती हैं, तुमने नहीं है ये जाना, फिर भी ये क्यों सहती हैं. Please don't ask me anymore.
Ma'am, you have a lovely voice, huh?
No, no, no.
No. You really have a good
Don't sing
voice.
well. I don't sing well. That's not my forte.
But you really have. You see, once you just try it out after the session, you really have a good voice. You even could record it yourself and see. जब ये recording आएगी ना आपके पास, then you really have a lovely voice. Seriously, you have a beautiful.
I will keep that in mind. I will keep it in mind.
Yes, dear. You really sing so sweetly. Dear ma'am, thank you for being so polite and kind and sharing the beautiful song with us. Now we'll move on, ma'am, to the next question. When do you feel more comfortable during the morning, afternoon, evening? When do you feel energized that I can give my all? For me, it is the afternoon time. I'm very, very active. What about you?
The morning time is very good with me. The evening time is morning and evening both is like I'm very much enthusiastic. I'm very much full of strength, but not at that time of afternoon. I don't know. I become lazy in the afternoon hours.
We both are the opposites. In the morning, I'll be lazy. After 12, I'll be active. Yes.
Yes, morning doesn't means to me. Morning means 9 onwards, not before that. I'm a little late riser, not before 9.
You're a little late riser. I'm a very late riser. I already shared it with you, I think, right? The other
Yeah.
day.
It's
Yes.
okay. Like you must be comfortable with your life. So that's how, if you can don't enjoy it, it's like a always a disciplined life you're living. That's not what life is. You must enjoy. Do whatever you feel like, do whatever you enjoy to do. That is somehow that is the goal of life, to enjoy.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Your favorite color, dear?
My favorite color is white.
Reason?
Peace. I find too much of solace, too much of peace in the color white. Amongst every other color, it is always white that I always pick up. And my most of the dresses or everything, my room are mostly in white color. It gives me a different kind of happiness, too much of peace, too much of holistic charmness, and I'm very much attracted to white. So like some or the other way, I'm very much in love with white.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, would you like to share a favorite proverb or a quotation which is very close to your heart?
If there is a will, there is always a way, because that is the main motto of my life. अगर तुमको कुछ करना है, so don't give yourself an excuse. If you really want to do it, there is always a way to find it out and to do it. So if you want, you can give yourself many excuses. But if you really want to do something, there is always a way out. So if there is a will, there is always a way.
Excellent. This is a big message for all of us, including me too. No excuses. It has to be, there should be a way. Yes. Ma'am, you've been accomplishing so many things, receiving so many awards, and you're connected with the High Court, with the Supreme Court, and all of this. For me, it's like you're a magical person. Okay? And for me, it's like that. So now I would like to ask you, इतना सब कुछ हासिल कर चुके हैं आप, सब में से सबसे बढ़िया जो हासिल आपने किया, तो वो wow feeling, wow moment कब था? When did you feel, wow, this is what I wanted it and I got?
There are many such wow moments, because whenever I have achieved even a little bit of this, that has been a wow moment for me, because that has inspired me more to be on a next level. So when I have passed my class of so much of hurdles, that was my first wow moment. The second wow moment was when I passed my class 12th exam. That was again a second wow moment. The next was when I have entered into the law course. Out of everything, when I got the chance out of nowhere, and then the 5 years journey in my law school with flying colors, and then such a beautiful result, and then entering into the High Court. No one has helped me in either of the cases. It is me alone who had been fighting with myself to make or to bring myself on a next level. So every of those moments are wow moments, because every of those moments has inspired me each and every of the next day. So for me, it is not like one of those moments which is an wow moment for me. Every of those heart, because those are my inspirations, and I still look back after those days. That gives me motivation to work hard for my upcoming days. So all of them are my wow moments.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, do you love pets too?
Yes.
You have one at home?
No, I don't have one at my home, but I have in front of my home, to whom I feed them every day, every night rather. Like they are my own sons and daughters.
How sweet. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what brings a smile on your face? Oh, genuine मुस्कुराहट कब आ जाती है आपके चेहरे पे?
Like I am always having a smile on my face. So it is not one particular thing, because I believe if I keep smiling, I will be happy. If I keep frowning, that will not how I will be keeping myself happy. So it's always a smiling face that makes yourself from within yourself happy. So that is like a secret mantra for my own self to keep myself happy. Like for everything, I put a smile unless and until I'm getting scolded. That's a separate issue.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, any weakness, ma'am? आप इतने strong है, इतने सब कुछ, you have all of that. Do you still find that yes, something is this is my weakness? वो शायद मिठाई भी हो सकती है, या trusting somebody very easily, being kind to unkind people.
My weakness is my strength. My weakness is my strength. The day my strength will go away, that will be the most biggest part of me. So till the day I'm having my strength, I don't have my weakness, and my weakness is nothing but my strength.
So, perfect. Is there anything that scares you? You being a lawyer, and you know, people, you may be fighting several cases, you know, dangerous cases. We never know how many people may be like against you. So कभी कभी डर लगता है मैम कि मैं ऐसे प्रोफेशन में हूँ. It's a risky profession. I don't know if I'm telling it right, but I feel personally, my personal viewpoint, yes, being a lawyer is a bit risky. What are your views? And I mean, are you scared of anything apart from this, what I've shared? Anything that scares you?
The day I wore that black gown, the black coat, I have kept aside all my fears, my scaredness, and everything away, because I have taken a responsibility. So I cannot be feared. Like whenever a police officer wears his, police dress, he cannot fear. He cannot fear, he cannot think about anything that is scaring him. In the same way, the day I have been an advocate, I've kept aside everything, because I'm that face, because I'm that one upon whom everyone is relying. It is my shoulder on whom everyone is keeping their heads. So I cannot fear. I cannot think of anything happening. If something happens, that's a separate issue. उसके लिए तो आपको advocate क्यों कुछ भी नहीं बनना पड़ेगा. वो तो हमेशा ही कुछ ना कुछ हो सकता है. But no, I'm not scared. I'm very happy and I'm confident.
Excellent. That's really a beautiful message, a strong message for all of us. मैम, आपको गुस्सा आता है मैम? अगर आता है तो कब आता है?
मुझे गुस्सा बहुत आता है, और मुझे बहुत छोटी छोटी बातों पे गुस्सा आता है. But the best part is that I'm a very short tempered and not at all like I'm not angry for a long time. आपने कुछ गलत किया, मैं आपको अभी बोल दूंगी. It's not like I will be keeping that in mind and I will be shouting on you later also. So I do get angry, I won't deny, but it's for a few seconds, but I will also love you at the same moment. So it's not that I'm a very angry person, I'm a loving person only.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, how many of your friends have stood with you through all the ups and downs?
No one. It's me alone. And my family. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. So you're a strong-willed person. That's really nice. To be that one-man army, you know? Yes.
During my hardships, I had no one except my family, because my friends all went away from me because I didn't belong to their standard, maybe, or maybe because I was deprived of many other things and I was not like them. So it was me each and every moment who fought alone with my parents, with my family. Yes, I had a friend called God who had always been with me. So whatever I had to tell, I had told him, and he's still listening to me. I know.
You're a very powerful person, ma'am. You know, and this is a big message for all of those. If you have any issues with your friendship in school or college, here's a strong lady. You can do it. Be your own friend.
Absolutely. You can be the most, best friend of yourself. First of all, you will have to be a good friend of yourself. Then only you can be a friend to others as well.
Very true, ma'am. And if you are your own best friend, then you are a queen.
Yes.
Okay. That's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel that because you know who you are, you love yourself, you respect yourself, you know the inner person who you are. So then it doesn't matter if others like you or don't like you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It is you who has to love yourself first.
Yes. Dear ma'am, any dream projects for the future? You're already working on beautiful projects. Any other dream project which you would like to focus your energy on?
2 projects are already in my head, and rather I'm trying my best to start them as soon as possible. One is to have a property where I can set up a hospital for the absolutely underprivileged women of the Sundarban area. And the other one is to set up a free education school amongst Kolkata only, because till now there is so much of illiteracy. I just want to eradicate illiteracy as much as possible. To start up with a free school where not only the children but the parents also will be, and specifically the mothers, because the children spend a huge time with their mothers and not with the fathers much. So to educate both the mother and the child, so that mother realizes, or the parents also realizes, the importance of education, and the children realizes how to have a good education. So this is very important. And so, like, I'm planning, or rather these projects are already into my mind, and we are working on it. So these are the 2 projects that is really want to work on it.
Yes. How do you want the world to remember Rajyashree Mukherjee?
Rajyashree is a very simple lady or a woman. She is very good by her heart. She is loving, she is caring, and most of all, she's always there for everyone. Whosoever needs at any moment of time, Rajyashree is always there for them. Whether you know me or not, whether you are my enemy or not, Rajyashree is always there. So I will hope that the world will always remember me for my works that I have done, or for the contributions I have given for the society. And because I'm a very simple woman, that's it.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, I would like to see you as the judge. That is, and that also of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of India. They say something like that, So I would like to see you there one fine day in the coming years. I'd like to see you there. And when you're there, just remember me. And I'd like to connect with you. I would like to see you there because people like you should reach to that level. And I'm sure when you are on that seat, you will do a lot of justice and a lot of cases will be solved in the right way. Yes, and many transformations will take, which has to be taken. I would love to see all of that. Yes, dear. That is my dream for you.
Thank you so much for believing in me and to have that trust on me. I'm really honored for that.
Yes, dear. That's really nice, ma'am. Because we love you for who you are. That person say, I did it myself and I'm ready to face anything. I would like to be a contributor. Even the people who like me or don't like me, I'm there for them. Yes. Dear ma'am, what is that one thing you love about yourself? What is it that you love about Rajyashree?
The thing I love about Rajyashree is that she's honest with herself. She never lies to herself. Whenever I go to sleep, I stand before the mirror and ask myself, did I do any wrong the whole day? Even if I have done, I tell it to my own self that yes, this is the wrong I have done. And the person who realizes her or his or her own mistakes, I think, is the most honest person can be on this earth. So I'm really honest with myself, and that is the most and the beautiful part of Rajyashree Mukherjee. So that's what Rajyashree Mukherjee is.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing all of these beautiful things with us, your thoughts, your views on different topics, and even about your personal self and how you look at life and appreciate life. We've come to an end to the main round of the interview. We have a small segment called as the rapid fire round, where we'll get to know more about your likes and dislikes. Around about 20 questions are there. And it will be a brief one. I'll just take 10 more minutes from you. Yes, dear?
Okay.
My dear friends, now we enter into this beautiful round called as the rapid fire round to get to know the likes and dislikes of our special celebrity and guest. She is Miss Rajyashree Mukherjee, an advocate from Calcutta, West Bengal. Ma'am, your favorite month among all the 12 months?
My birthday month, June.
Your birthday is on?
15th June.
Oh, great. That's Gemini?
Gemini.
Yes, you're a Gemini. Yes. So it's 15th June. That's really nice. So I'm going to wish you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, dear.
In advance, thank you to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Among all the 7 days, your favorite?
Friday.
Friday. Favorite number?
6.
That's great. Is it comfort or style?
Comfort first. Preference.
Favorite kind of music?
Love soothing and soft music.
Did you ever regret any time spending money on any of the items, like things that we buy and say, oh God, why did I buy? I wasted my money on buying that. It's of no use now.
It's like my mood. अगर मुझे खरीदना है तो मैं खरीद लेती हूँ. अगर मेरे को मूड नहीं है मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं खरीदूंगी. And sometimes yes, I do repent because मैं खरीद लेती हूँ अगर वो चाहिए या नहीं चाहिए. So sometimes I do it.
Yes, we all, even I do that. That's why I asked that question. फिर क्यों तो भी खरीद लिए बोल के सब I feel that क्यों खरीद लिए उसको? Yes, dear. Your favorite snack, ma'am?
Any non-veg item.
Do you believe in second chances?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think transformation takes place when you give people 2 or 3 chances to transform?
Absolutely. It's not a one chance that can transform a person. You need to give several chances, then only the thing can transform or the human being can transform.
Yes, dear. Is it salty, sweet, spicy, or sour food?
It's sweetie.
Sweet. अगर मीठा कौन सा मीठा, ma'am?
Can you just repeat the question?
If it is sweet food, which sweet? Is it rasgulla or something else?
Oh, acha. Any kind of sweet.
Yes, dear. Life is all about money or happiness?
Happiness. But again, here is another thing that I will say. Money and happiness are again like the two sides of a coin.
Yeah.
If you want to happiness, you want to have money. And if you don't have money, you can't have happiness. And at the same time, you have money, but you don't have happiness. So it's like the two sides. You need both of them to have a complete one.
And I guess today I've got the right answer, because this also was a conflicting, version of different people answering. So they say happiness. तो happiness के साथ कैसे जिएंगे? थोड़े से पैसे भी चाहिए ना. अगर सिर्फ पैसा है तो फिर happiness नहीं है. So I think it's both sides.
Absolutely. These are like the both sides of a coin. One can, you can give, understand the importance of money when you have happiness. When you don't have happiness, you will not be able to understand the importance of money as well. It's like the two sides of a coin.
Yes, I get that. Are you an introvert, extrovert, or an ambivert?
I'm an extrovert.
Right from childhood, or is it now?
Right from the very childhood. Yes. From the time I've started to talk.
That's really nice. Ma'am, जब आप अकेली होती है, कोई भी नहीं है साथ में, आपके गैजेट्स भी नहीं है, और बुक पेंसिल कुछ भी नहीं है, पेपर कुछ भी नहीं है, बस एक चेयर है, 4 दीवारें हैं और एक छोटी सी डोर है जहां से आप आए हैं. You're sitting down in that room. There is nothing to do. You have to just sit down there and wait. And while you're waiting for the next course of action, which will take some time, you have nothing to do. So then you're connected to your thoughts. Obviously, anybody will just start connecting over to their thoughts. If that is the case, where do your thoughts take you? Past, present, or future?
If that's a hilly area where this whole situation that we're describing, it can be my future, it can be my past, it can be anything, and maybe I will just be into the other world. I don't know that, but maybe it's just a hilly area. I'm just thinking about that.
So you'll be thinking about the past, present or future. Where will your thoughts be? भूत भविष्य या वर्तमान में कहाँ पर आपका ध्यान कहाँ पर होगा? और
maybe my past.
past.
Maybe my past.
Okay. You love socializing or me time?
Socializing.
You're a beach person or a forest person?
I'm a forest and hilly person and not at all a beach person.
Yes, dear. Is it song or dance?
Dance.
What type of classical dance, or maybe it's a fusion dance? What is it?
I'm a classical dancer. I have completed my Kathak dance in 5th year, my final year graduation in Kathak. So yes, classical dance inspires me and gives me more adrenaline rush than any other dance.
Yes, dear. You love to ride a two-wheeler or drive a four-wheeler or just walk?
I have my own car, so obviously it's like I will prefer for a long drive on a four-wheeler.
Yes, dear. If you were to select between book and music, what would you select?
Music.
Is it cake, chocolates, or ice cream?
Chocolates.
Your favorite season?
My favorite season is rainy season.
Roadways, railways, waterways, airways.
Roadways.
Is it the city, the village, or town that attracts you?
Villages.
एक सुंदर सा दिन एक शब्द में.
A day in a hill.
Apart from being a great professional and all of that, आपको पकाना भी आता है?
I am a very good cook. I prepare very good Chinese dishes and even the Bengali dishes.
It's really nice. So sweet. The name of your favorite teacher. Was there anybody who really had a place in who has a place still now in your heart, your teacher or sir?
Yes, her name is Champa Roy.
Are you a thinker or a doer?
A doer.
Home cooked food or food ordered from out?
Both are like, it depends on my mood. Honestly, in terms of food, it is absolutely, I'm very moody. Like, kabhi ghar ka khana, to kabhi bahar ka khana.
Yes, dear. अगर समोसा आपको ऑफर करे और एक एप्पल, क्या लेंगे आप?
I will prefer an apple because I'm not samosa wala liking person.
Yes, dear. In life, because you've been dealing with books, learning lots of books, lots of law books, I think they will be so fat and big, huge book, thick books, right? So do you think life is all about experiential learning or theoretical learning?
Life is all about experience. Theory is like a very common and a bookish knowledge that we have. But life is, if you really want to know life, it is when you move out of the four walls, when you mix up with people around you, when you talk to many people, you will get to learn the things.
The insect you don't like?
Cockroach.
Any phobia?
I'm claustrophobic.
Like lifts, you can't climb the lifts or something?
No, it's not like lift. It's like whenever there is too much of people around me, I'm not in a position to breathe. I feel suffocated. So I'm claustrophobic.
Yes, dear. What is that one thing that people don't know about Rajyashree ma'am?
I get angry.
What are
Generally,
the things
people don't.
they don't know? Okay.
Getting me angry.
जैसे राजश्री मैम बहुत काम है अच्छे, but there is
loving like this kind of an attitude that I have, but जो लोग एकदम घर का मेरा है, तो like they only know कि मैं बहुत short tempered हूँ.
फिर आप एकदम फिर चेंज हो जाते हैं ना, आपने कहा.
Just take me maybe 30 seconds or maybe 1 minute maximum.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what are the 3 things you cannot live without?
Love, family, and work.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what is the most adventurous thing you have done till date?
There are many such incidents, many, because I have been into lots of adventurous journey.
The most
So
adventurous, the most.
the most adventurous. I was in class 6 when I visited Himachal Pradesh for a long, it was a long trip. It was, the place was named Kunjum Pass. Like for 100 and 150 kilometers, it's only snow from where we had to go. So what happened? It was right like at night 9 p.m. we were crossing the Kunjum Pass, like it is the highest pass of India. So we were crossing, and it was only the 2 cars that we were going by, were the only cars that was passing by that way, because it was all through, it was snow. We were just going through the snow only. So what happened, as because we were going through the snow, so the clutch of the car got broken, one of the car. So somehow we managed to do it, a fixed session of that, the 2 drivers and 2 of our, I mean, my father, and there was another uncle who just came down from the car, and somehow they could manage to fix the clutch. And it was just, from there, it was 18 kilometers, the place named Chota Dara. That is a last motel, not even a hotel. It's a motel by PWD at Chota Dara. The next day it was supposed to be closed down because everywhere there is snow, because the snow started falling. So it was getting covered with thick snow, almost about 5-6 inches. It has been covered with snow. So what happened? We had to stay that night over there. We will have to. There were only 2 rooms, and we were 20 people. So we all stayed within those 2 rooms. And then in the night, the Chenab river was flowing. We could get the sound. In the morning, what happened? So in the night, amongst so much of, I mean, snow and so much of coldness, I was 8 years of old at that point of time. Sorry, I was 12 years of old at that point of time. So like we were 4 families. So it is only a 2 small rooms where so many people we had to sleep together. It was a big adventure. There was no light, no food, nothing. There were only few Maggie packets that we were carrying with us. So I can still remember, because that is very close to my heart that night. The next morning, what happened? We found that the Chenab river got frozen, and we were just laughing. I mean, riding, I mean, doing playing on the river. Yes, we were playing on it, and that whole incident was very thrilling, because there was not a single car passing by. There was nothing, and it was only kilometers and kilometers, only snow and nothing else. So it was a wonderful experience and one of the most adventurous ones.
Yes, dear. Yeah, I began to imagine all of that while you were sharing. I tried to create a mental picture of it. Yes. Ma'am, till date, your favorite gift that you've received till date?
I think like the love and happiness I get from my parents, uh, that is the biggest gift I can get, because I don't believe in materialistic gifts. So they had been my constant support for everything. So that is my biggest gift and my biggest happiness I can get.
Yes, dear. Do you love to give gifts or receive
Yes,
gifts?
very much. I love to give gifts, and I'm very much excited whenever it's my turn to give anyone any kind of gifts. Like I try to get the best gift for them, packing it with a good, lovely wrapper, and then packing again and putting it in a bag or a box. I love that.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. Now, ma'am, you have to give us 3 gifts before you leave us for today. The 3 gifts will be 3 beautiful words, 3 strong, powerful words. Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, we always put in a small request to our celebrities to share 3 powerful words or magical words, you could call them.
The first word shall be believe in yourself. The second, don't run after success. Work hard. The success will be all yours. And the third, tell it in Bengali.
Yes, please.
Je radhe she chulo badhe. So whether you are a woman, or I mean, whenever you are a woman, don't think that you can't do this or that package. So you can do this and you can do that. So that's what humanity is all about. You cannot give yourself excuse. So je radhe she chulo badhe, you can do everything if you want. So these are my 3 messages for everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And lots of love to you. I would love to have you on many more sessions on the International Fab Talks to share your journey and how you help people and how people are gaining from you, gaining the self-confidence to be a great woman, to be a contributor. And thank you so much. And we'd love to see you soon in the near future, or as the Chief Justice of India. That is from me to you. I wish you all the best.
I just hope that whatever you are saying, it becomes true one someday.
Well,
and for sure, I will find out wherever you are, and I will just reach to you and thank you from my soul that for your words, maybe I have been over there. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful platform where I could share my words and I could motivate everyone who is viewing this video.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Lots of love, and you've given us a lot of time and lots of knowledge and wisdom. God bless you, and stay safe and continue doing what you are doing. You are an angel on earth, all that I can say.
You were also an angel, giving such a beautiful platform to everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
God bless. Thank you, dear. Thank you. My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. Thank you for being with us. Stay connected, stay tuned. And if you like what we are doing, support us, join us in this mission, like, subscribe, and share the videos with others such that they too could benefit on how they could become the best version of themselves. Stay safe.